Hello, welcome to some more SCL coverage. Today we have Feliburn versus Stresh. I am joined today by the Master Chief.
Hello, hello.
Kushalos.
What's up?
And Ming549, who is muted right now but will be with us shortly.
Okay. Feli's team seems to be basically this spike stack with Inteleon, which looks okay-ish in this game. There's 3 water resists, and Stresh is looks like more like a typical kind of, again, it was also spike stack balance, but with Reuni, which looks pretty threatening if it's combined.
Bringing Inteleon into Empoleon is unfortunate.
Yeah,
This team look like some form of RU bootlickers with spikes from chests. Yeah, you don't know bootlickers? It's spikes with heavy boot spam.
Okay.
And other
Yeah, that makes
Pokemon
sense.
immune.
Well, to be fair, I guess what the Empo is maybe boots, and the chest is which should be helmet though, no?
We don't know.
I just got back. The game has started.
The game has started,
Jesus
yes.
Christ, your mic is so loud.
Sorry, am I loud?
No, Ming.
Okay.
Is it?
Okay. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, what does I guess what the Hoodra on Feli's team has to be like some sort of Spadef, I think.
It's probably Vest because he has no fairy resist.
Yeah, Vest.
Or
yeah.
Feli is just built like that and he just goes in with specs. I could see him doing that as well.
Just predict
Yeah, I
that
mean,
they
to
won't
be
use
fair-
guard.
I think it's the death. I think
Franklin did the
it's
same.
mostly because there's an Inteleon, and I think, you know, Ellie's been a big proponent of Specs Inteleon.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm wondering how he kind of denies Noivern.
Oh, are you kidding me? No.
That's kind of bad, yeah.
He just
I
that's
I was
that.
expecting a defog or something there. Not gonna lie.
Is this Spadef overquill? Because that's doing like too little. Okay,
Probably
Inton-
is.
Moxie Crud. I don't know what the
That's-
overquill is, but it's Moxie Crud.
that looks like Scarf Croak.
Well, it's definitely Moxie.
Oh yeah, unless he's running
Hey.
Anger Point.
Yeah, I was about to say it can be Anger Point.
It's definitely Moxie.
I feel like, alright. I feel like Felly is like the type of player who might just stay in here. You know,
I don't think so.
Uh,
No. I think this is like this. You know, the 23 to an overquill is like is this Spadef, and I think he wants it for Reuni. It's taunt as well, no?
Yes.
If it's like taunt,
but like
split
I don't
versus-
know.
I also
I don't
think
think
if you
so.
go into
I think
I think
Feli
if you go into
could benefit
Gapus
a
and
lot
you
here
lose your
by
scarf, then Noivern becomes a bigger threat.
I'm gonna say that yeah. I think Gap. Okay, he went Palo. I guess that's Colbur, which is like probably just a thing to scout. Yeah, the Empo is boots. He went hard Hoodra. Okay, this is his rocker. Yeah, this is a like spike stacky thing.
I just once. Oh, see,
Okay,
it's
Oh,
bad.
that's actually really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Faster, and it's like either AV or leftover. Like,
Oh, that is the full physical set.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. This is a good spot. Actually, the fact that Empo is now gonna come in at what? Like this opens up Inteleon like a huge amount.
Yes.
Yeah. That's really good for
A nice
Feli.
ice resist, buddy. Well, this is still a quad resist, so this is literally any HP is an ice resist. But yeah, I mean, it looks nice. It looks nice.
Now I'm gonna take Surf. What do you go as Stresh here? Actually, you could go Reuni actually, right? If it's like standard defensive, no?
Reuni is his only play.
The sticky barb set Reuni would be very
Oh
fun.
wait, actually, I just remembered now. I played Feli when he used this team, and the Gudra is it's Dragon Tail.
Hmm.
Yeah, but now without lefties though, like even if it phases Reuni, right? It's like long term is not gonna beat it. I don't know. Well, it can stall actually because of the recover nerf. It probably means that Hootra is gonna at least do a good amount with. I don't know if it's full fizz. It should have Draco.
It's
I
full
mean, yeah,
fizz. It's not Draco. Or was
it's
it?
not Draco.
I don't.
It said
I-
Dragon Tail, so it may. I'm not gonna. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I really do not like those like mixed Hoodras. I think you're just trying to do too much with a mon that doesn't have the ability to be that flexible.
Well, I
Dragon Tail
agree,
is
but
cool.
also I agree, but look at like Feli's team also. Like he kind of needs this like glue thing to hold up against stuff like Bro and like he needs temporary stopgaps, right? Because ultimately his like win
I
condition
mean,
is
if
to
you're
get
talking about
spikes
Calm
up.
Minders, though, I mean, here's the thing, though. I've heard this argument before for like Drago Meteor on Cyclozar 2, like help
Yeah.
versus Thunderous, Slowbro, stuff like that. It doesn't. It literally just doesn't. Because what happens? They just set up on you. Because if you're a Slowbro, if you're a Green Cliff, you Calm Mind, they Draco you once. Oh no, I've taken like 60%, and now you're at -2 special attack. I'm at +1 spit F. I click slack off and you lose the game. Like, that's
Yeah,
just how I
versus-
see that type of thing.
Versus Slowbro, I agree, but I think if Draco is on Cyclozar has merit versus Volcanion and versus Thunderous. Like otherwise,
Dude,
yeah, you
because
can
Thunderous-
knock. You can knock the boots off
Yeah.
them, but I think like even if it doesn't kill, right, it chunking it is basically kind of what you need, because what happens is like Thunderous does still have some resist, like fighting and like bug and or whatever.
Okay, but
like,
here's the thing: Thunderous and like they just I don't want to get too sidetracked here, but Cyclozar is just such an exploitable mon. If you're Thunderous, you can Thunder Wave it, you can knock it off.
yeah, I
you
agree.
can also
I
get
agree.
on
Yeah,
Slate.
I agree, but I
You're
still see the
Volcanion, you
merit.
can Steamer up to burn it, you can Body Press it, you can Sludge Bomb poison it if you're running it. There's just too many options there that I just don't
Yeah.
like it.
I agree.
Spike
I mean,
specific.
I'm not. Yeah. Those
Excuse me.
combat. What?
Oh,
Wait, what? What was this turn?
that's a
Wait,
big
what?
move.
Well, firstly, I don't know why Feli stayed in at all. Like, even if it wasn't close combat, I mean, Body Press, bro.
I
Maybe.
think he's faster
There's a
though,
fault.
because he's faster than the Empo. So he just assumed he was faster, and this was like I don't know whatever speed. Maybe he EV'd for like regular. I mean, what does Umbreon?
Well,
is
Chestnut's
it the
faster
same
than Empoleon,
speed as
right?
Umbreon?
Chestnut's faster than Empo, so
Yes, but
yeah.
Empo and Gudra are the same, and unless Feli won 2 speed ties, the Gudra is faster.
He could have just EV'd for it to be faster than Umbreon as well, like which is base 65 and Chestnut is base 64. It's like it's not that much of creep for Ultra, and then I assume that Stresh also EV'd for that or something along those lines.
It's a physical Gudra, though.
Yeah, but the thing is he's faster than Empo, so he's not minus speed, like because that's what you would
But
think.
I'm saying, like, what are you hitting this with?
I think it probably does have like Draco or something like that, or he decided to say that okay, he's gonna spike this turn, let me Dragon Tail like aggressively. I don't know if it worked out or not, but like that's I'm just
I think he did that because if he gets the Empo in with the spikes one more time, then Inteleon completely spams Ice Beam, and now it can come in
Yeah.
one more time.
Wait, what? On Gudra?
No, he's saying that if you imagine the Chestnut spikes and you Dragon Tail the Chestnut into Empoleon, then the Empoleon's like coming in at what? It's taking 42 minus 17, which is 25. The thing is that it has to switch out, and so then it's not taking Inteleon Ice
Yeah,
Beam.
but like, do you even need to do that? Because yeah, I mean, look at this. What?
No, well, it is
You just
important
surf.
now because because the other waters are weak to ice. Now Inteleon can click Ice Beam like pretty freely now. I think
But
it
couldn't
was
you do
still
that just
kind of-
before? Why did Gudra have to get stacked for all that? This is still a good
No,
spot
but
for
the thing
Feli,
is,
I
it
think.
couldn't, because Empoleon could roost up on Ice Beam. No, like if if he were like if Stresh had come in on an Ice Beam predicting that or something like that, he could roost up.
Now it clearly can't.
Yeah. Obviously now he's decided it's not worth it. What does
Now-
Feli do
This
here
is
though?
facts, this is problem.
He has no real resist. I guess he's going Palo. Is it Draco?
Not
It's boots.
or it's a very spit-esque power.
That's it's avoiding a 2-hit KO, which is pretty much okay, unless this is like Psychic Noise again, like last week.
That would be very cool.
I mean, Psychic Noise would be good here.
Yeah, another thing to consider is I don't know what the Terra is on the Gapdos, but you know, Stresh doesn't really have like a flying resist, so to speak. I mean, Weezing will tank. I guess because of the chip with Helmet and Bird, you're gonna take too much from Breakbird, but Gapdos as like a late
It is.
win con could also
It
be
is
open
Terra.
up to-
It is Terra flying 100%, unless he changed it.
I mean, that would be really good because Chestnut lost his helmet. You know, it's taking some chip. Crocodile taking chip. So, you know, just left
so
over on
Weezing-
recoil on Gap.
Yeah, there's a healthy wheezing.
Yeah, I don't.
he's
You know, you never know what a weak.
Yeah,
It is psychic
Okay.
noise.
Yeah.
It's fun.
it is.
That's actually a massive threat. Then. Now, this does pick up a kill every time.
Do you Spain split here? If you're Feliburn, if you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
No,
You don't have
recover
fun,
much,
but
though.
something.
Do
No,
you
it-
go Gap here?
Now it's very.
I think you just stay in because it's like who cares if he earthquakes, right? And you just
Yeah.
and you get gap for sure.
Or you
And then
sack
Gap can
Palo,
do
I was
whatever.
gonna say, yeah. Palo's probably worse in this game. Yeah, okay. You get some helmet chip as well, which could be quite useful. At least you go Gap and then you turn against Weezing and then
You
go
get
into Leon.
yeah.
Would it be okay if you're predicting the Weezing coming in and it is helmet? Would it be better just knock off? Now, if you're taking it's not helmet.
It's not
That's
helmet.
good. Not good. Okay. Well,
Okay,
Intel
that
is
actually
looking
opens
kind
up-
of high.
That opens Gap a lot as well, actually, because now it.
And Gapus is
can-
close to winning. You can
Yeah,
get
I
some chip
think-
on Reuniquest, then it's close to just cleaning out, right?
Yeah, but it's tricky though because Stresh still has like his Weezing and Reuni at full health, and even his Vern at full health. so
That's
it's
what I'm
not-
saying. Like, if you're gonna use, well, we already saw that the first switch in is Weezing. That's the first option. But if you can get like Reuniquest,
He's
okay, it has protect. That makes the job a little harder.
makes his life a lot harder actually. Okay. Is it still gonna do it? Is it gonna do what? Like I feel like 40 to Vern. Okay, he went hard over cool. Does Draco kill this? I think Draco should kill it, but I have no idea.
We thought it was Spadef.
Well, it took 23 from Steam. So I think it is.
It is
that.
definitely Spidef.
Yeah. Problem is that if he goes hard Crook here, yeah, okay. What did Feli click? Oh, he clicked Barb.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
does it
Barb.
get poison?
No.
If he got a poison, that actually would have been that.
Yeah, that would have
would've
been
made things a
huge.
lot more
That's a dead crook.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, now he lost.
Uh-huh. No more
Now
scarf.
he lost. Yeah, Stretch.
See, that's the thing. Like, you could not give up the scarf. It's just life.
Yeah, I don't know though. Actually, I think he doesn't have. He can't. I don't think he can afford to lose them all. Actually, can you lose Cyclozar? I don't know. I feel like in that case with the sack game, it just becomes really difficult for him. At least the one thing is the Crook is kind of dead. I guess the Vern is the Fogger then on Stresh's team. He went Chestnut. Okay.
Or there isn't one because it's spikes.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, this was actually a really tricky turn. Okay, wow, this is faster.
I was about to ask, does Bulletproof make you immune to Bar Barrage?
It does not.
No, it
Because
doesn't. But like
because-
that's yeah.
Because normal Barrage is immune to normal Barrage.
Oh, it is. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't see how Ellie pulls this
Yeah, because
out.
the Crook sack is there to deny the pain split. I think he loses this unless he. The only thing I can see is that the Overquill comes in and dodges a Draco and he splits. That actually can single-handedly win like the game.
Ice Beam freeze as
But-
well.
Do you think this is only Draco Meteor Psychic Noise attacking them?
Yeah, probably. I think it's Fog, Roost, Meteor, Psychic Noise. I think so.
Maybe he just like Ice Beam freezes the Rune Eclipse and the Wheezing, and he wins that way.
Yeah. I mean, a
work.
Draco dodge is pretty huge for him as well, actually.
But
I
both,
think you just have to dodge. In any scenario that this pans out, you need to dodge a Draco somewhere.
Yeah, I think so.
both sides still have access to Terra, though.
Think there's a Terra Fairy on Feli's side somewhere?
At this point, I doubt it.
Oh, that's a good surf. Our Uniclus is in
Wow. Okay.
maybe Ice Beam range. KO. Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah. Now this is over for sure.
Very over.
Yeah, unless he dodges the. Actually, Draco dodge is still on the table. That's one
I don't
way
think
he
so.
can.
I think
No,
I
Wheezing kills everything.
But he can split the Wheezing, no?
guess that's true. Draco's still on.
damn.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice sector
think-
reunion win.
I'm not sure if Terra. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. There were. It was interesting. I definitely think Feli started off pretty strong, with kind of those using turns, getting spiked up early,
he
taunting
got
the
really
using
caught
and
out.
stuff.
He got really caught out by the what do you call that? The chestnut. I think the fact that it's even faster than Overcool, like means that this is like, what I guess like offensive.
It's probably
chestnut.
offensive chestnut. Like I wouldn't be shocked if it was like, I don't know, sub 3 attacks nonsense or like FD nonsense, something like that. Yeah, he kind of, I don't know, needed to preserve the Gudra, I guess.
Yeah, but again, I think he probably did have something to hit it at least. Like I don't think he would have stayed in, or I mean, unless he'd as aggressively detailed. But like I don't know. It's a play which you kind of want to make. Like I understand where it's coming from, but it's like a high risk, high reward play. I don't like if he's not if he didn't have Draco, but I assume he did have or something like that. Then it's I guess it was a decent play, but like otherwise it's high risk, high reward. Without the Hooja, it kind of just fell apart.
I think this team just had a bad matchup into Special Dragons.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have a dragon resist, so
Mhm.
that is fair. Fair enough statement. Gudra had its leftovers knocked, so that's obviously
Also, no
knock. I mean,
fairy
this
resist.
is what. Yeah. No fairy resist too. I mean, this is one of the big indictments with Gudra, right? Where it's like, not spread is good, the typing is good, but it does get chipped down if you're trying to run a fatter spread quite easily. And Feli doesn't have any wish support for it, so it can be tough for like a leftovers type Gudra to keep doing its job effectively. Especially when so many kind of Napoleon, who is especially attacking die, can just have knockoff. Same thing for other things like for Uniclus, maybe in a similar spot, can just have knockoff, have focus class, stuff like that. So, tough time for Feli for sure.
It was a cool game though. Yeah.
It was a cool game, and I think
I'm
I'll-
actually quite interested to see if the Chestnut was like Woodhammer, or if it had some super offensive grass stab.
For sure, it would be
How
Woodhammer.
fast it
Actually,
was?
Yeah.
just like what is this? This Woodhammer on offensive Empo. Like, how much does it do to Slowbro? Actually, that would be quite interesting. Like, imagine you
70-80%.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's really interesting, right? Because if you knock like the Slowbro, and then you Woodhammer the next, like even if Woodhammer doesn't kill, right? It's gonna do a lot Slowbro, which is if knock into. So if I go Adamant 252, Knock does 35 to 41, and then Woodhammer does 64 to 76. So actually, yeah, you can literally knock into Woodhammer, Slowbro, and kill it. It's pretty cool.
And the only reason I mentioned that, right, is because, in my mind, I thought, okay, Palisand feels like a reasonable play there, because you can get rocks up, and just kind of, be annoying. Maybe Reuniclus comes in, but you can kind of deal with that maybe with Hydra, with Overkill. But if you're Woodhammer, then that kind of throws a wrench into things, right? Because Palisand suddenly isn't the best switch into Chestnut, and then Chestnut really just applies a lot of pressure to the team. The team is more kind of offensively oriented, and your defensive pieces and Palisand and Udra Cycles are too. They all kind of fall over to fighting ass combo. So it'd be interesting to hear from Stress if that was the case, if he had the big grass attack. But it was a great game from him. Another week of him kind of just bringing weird things. Psychic Noise Noivern has made the second appearance in the room.
I'm surprised we haven't gone with Psychic Noise Noivern before, to be honest.
Well, mainly because
Noivern wants so many moves. Yeah.
The thing is, Taunt is like, the other version is Taunt.
Yes.
And the other thing about Noivern is that it depends on what moves you want to fit. Like, if you're going, there's Superfang as well, which, there's Superfang, there's Defog if you want to fit Defog on it. And then I think also, Psychic Noise is cool, but I think, what is this? The thing is, it doesn't stop Umbreon, which is one of the big things, but on the kind of converse, it stops Wish Passing. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting kind of, I guess, conundrum to what you want to use. Taunt obviously stops a bunch of other stuff from happening, like slacking off.
There's just so many moves Noivern wants, right? Because you want Roost, you can make an argument for Stabs, make an argument for Fire Attack, make an argument for Boom Burst if you're Specs, make an argument for U-Turn, Taunt, Super Fang, Psychic Noise now. It's just a lot of options on the table, which is a good thing and a bad thing. When it makes Noivern one of the most customizable mons in the meta, but also just the hardest to make a decision.
Alright, does anyone else have anything to say about the game?
No, yeah, excited for the coming 4 games this afternoon or this evening for most people.
3 games.
No, there's
already happened.
Which happened?
Franklin versus Damien happened already.
Oh yeah, that happened yesterday. Yeah, sure. Okay, so 2 more games. Yeah, cool. Super Sunday.
Yep, I will be ending the video here. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for joining me in this cast.
Yeah, and this is not cut out, so you don't need to worry this time.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the Week 2 SCL RU recaps. Had another full week of SCL RU gaming. It was an interesting time. We saw some funny stuff, some not so funny stuff, some stuff work out, some stuff that didn't. So just like last week, we'll jump in. This will be right after the live game discussion, so I hope y'all enjoyed that if you watched it. And yeah, let's just talk a little bit about how the other matches came out. So here we have Rob Jr. versus Tanish, otherwise known as Lime. Lime came out with a W, huge W for Lime. New face in the SCL scene, but starting off 2-0, incredible win. This game was a little bit of a wash, not gonna lie. Rob is, bringing another one of those kind of Cyclozar, Hippo, Fat builds. It's pretty standard stuff. Not a lot of super big innovation here. And Lime kind of smashed him with an early Terra Ground Bulk Up Guard Dog Okie Dokie. So that was really cool to see. You don't really see Guard Dog on Okie Dokie a lot, and it was interesting to see the Bulk Up kind of Guard Dog set go crazy. For those of you maybe not super familiar with that ability, it just basically prevents Okie Dokie from being forced out by Whirlwind, the Dragon Tail. And also, I think Intimidate gives you a +1 boost instead of a -1. So, yeah, really cool ability. Paid off huge dividends for Lime, and he walked away with the W. Next up, we have a substitute, actually, the first substitute in RU for this tournament. This was originally supposed to be Abriel versus Franklin, otherwise Arcanine's Franklin. But yeah, Abriel got subbed for Damien the Genius, and yeah, this game was interesting. It was close. It was cool, kind of. Specs Gudra from Damien's team had, the gas to kind of blow up Franklin's team, and you see if it picks like the right move on the switch, it can, one shot basically everything that Franklin's packing. But Franklin played around it well, got the switches he needed, and his kind of like fun spike stack with a choice banded Terra normal Cyclozar ended up getting the win. So yeah, big thing for Franklin. He's bouncing back from a week 1 loss. So yeah, good for him, kind of getting some momentum back on his side. Moving on, we had Feliburn versus Stresh. So this is the game that we commented live, so you can kind of hear our thoughts on that live. But yeah, I mean, interesting picks from both sides, really. Stresh certainly has like the more normal looking team. Belly's team, you have a bunch of kind of like weird mons you don't really see. Inteleon, Hisuian, or I'm sorry, not Hisuian, Quillfish, just Overquill. And then even Palisand, you don't see a ton, really only on spike stack structures like this. But, sometimes you see Palisand drop entirely in, favor of like a Terra Ghost or something else on the team. Inteleon was like kind of big threat. I mean, Suki mentions it here in the post, but apparently it was Mudshot. So if he could have gotten that on Empoleon, that would have been pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, the way the battle kind of panned out, though, you had, I think, Gudra going down to like a fast Chestnut, like in close combat. It's really cool from Stresh. And after that, Noivern, I mean, you can kind of look at his team. Nothing's really faster than Noivern, and nothing can really tank a Draco super easily. So yeah, it was Psychic Noise Noivern again, and it kind of just, blew Felly up. So yeah, good stuff from Stresh. He walked away with the win. Next up, we have Elodin versus Behe. This was a wash. This was a wash. Elodin brought like a much... Well, both of these teams are kind of unique looking, right? I mean, you don't see Salamence a ton anymore. Volcanion, while, kind of still popular, isn't really that popular. You can say kind of the same with Registeel. On Behe's side, I mean, Flygon, you don't see a ton. Mew, you don't see a ton. Mimikyu, you really don't see outside of HO for, in my opinion, good reason. I think he doesn't. I think Mimikyu's maybe a little too slow, a little too weak, a little, you just need some time to get him established if you want to be like a Swords Dance guy, and I don't know if you can buy time like that with a team like Behe's. So yeah, Behe got blown out of the water, 6-0'd. Yeah, it was just a really tough match for him. Kind of couldn't get past what Elodin was bringing. His breakers, his conk wasn't really enough to get the job done. And yeah, I mean, Dynamos, listen, give this man Behe some help, please. There are plenty of like capable RUers who, you look at a team like this and it just doesn't look quite right from Behe's side. Get this man some help. Let them help you, okay? This is one of your retains. Support them. But yeah, Elodin also bouncing back from like a tough week 1 loss, so he's on the board now. And then finally we have Kush versus Fogmound. This game was also actually like pretty much a wash. It wasn't a 6-0 like Behe Elodin, but Fogmound did have a Swords Dance for Alligator that ended up killing every single mon on Kushalos' team. And I mean that like legitimately. He killed 6 mons. And it's not like, oh, someone else on the team whittled everything down to like 20% and then Gator cleaned up. No. He took basically all of them from 100 to 0. So yeah. It clicked Swords Dance, it was Terra Dark, had Crunch, Liquidation, Aqua Jet. And Kush had to... Yeah, he just really had no answers to it. You might notice there's a Cacturn. That dropped from 100% to 0 to a +2 Terra Dark Crunch. Yeah, for alligators crazy like that. The Chansey also packing Ice Beam. Got a freeze on the Dogi, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, I think Suki mentions it in the post too. And that does kind of make me question, was that a Serene Grace Chansey? Serene Grace Chansey, anybody? We didn't really get the chance to see if it would be natural cure or not, but I kind of assume it's Serene Grace, because I think that makes it funnier. And Fogbound is off to a fantastic start. He's one of the I think 3 players at 2-0 right now. So yeah, great stuff from Fogbound. Kush still looking to get his legs back underneath him. It's been a rough tour for him so far. 2 losses to open up. Coming from like the PR3, I think, guy in the pool. You know, no doubt that Kush will kind of like turn it around at some point. But now the question is for everyone is kind of just when is that going to happen? But yeah, it was good stuff. I think I mentioned some records before. There are 3 2-0 players right now. I think that is Fogbound, that is Strash, and that is also Lime, that is Tamish. So yeah, shout outs to them. A couple names that you might expect there with, you know, like the Strash PR2. But then the other 2, I mean, Fogbound and Lime, they were pretty low on the PR. So it's interesting to see them kind of, you know, fighting back, showing that they do belong in the pool, and if not belong, that they are, you know, some of the strongest contenders in the pool. A lot of people kind of sitting at 1-1. Rob, Franklin, Abriel. I'm gonna just label the slot as an 0-2. It's Abriel and Damien both took the loss. So yeah. Franklin's at 1-1. Felly's at 1-1. Elodin's at 1-1 now. And then a couple people at 0-2s, and that would be BD. That's Kush, and the Abriel / Damien slot. They've also kind of gone winless at this point. So yeah, interesting stuff. These usage stats are kind of funny too. We'll talk about this later. If y'all want to get like us to look at some of the usage stats later, just like want me to look at the usage stats, you know, leave a comment, do something like that. But yeah. Otherwise, that's kind of how week 2 wrapped up, and yeah, good stuff. We're, you know, gonna be back here for week 3, another live cover, another kind of, you know, overall summary at the end of the week. So keep your head out for that. But that being said, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, do all that good stuff, and we will see you later. Peace.